The grid you rely on is not a fixed, stable entity. It only looks that way because it is constantly, frantically balanced second by second. Our entire modern world is built upon the fragile assumption that power generated must equal power consumed instantly. This assumption is about to be broken. This change immediately impacts our energy markets, heavy industries, and global logistics. The rhythm of economic activity, once tied to sunrise and sunset, will be severed. This won't take centuries. It will happen within a single decade. The first changes are subtle. The later ones are not. And by the end, the world still functions with unprecedented reliability, but under a new energy paradigm. To store energy for months, we cannot simply use larger versions of the lithium-ion batteries in our phones. Those are designed for rapid cycles, measured in hours. Seasonal storage requires a different approach. Flow batteries store energy in liquid electrolytes held in enormous external tanks. To increase storage from hours to months, you simply build bigger tanks. Another technology is thermal energy storage, using mediums like molten salt or even simple gravel kept insulated for months. The stored heat generates steam to drive a turbine on demand. The key principle is decoupling power from energy capacity. In flow batteries, power comes from the stack, while energy capacity comes from the tank volume. That separation is what makes months-long storage economically viable. The first and most immediate effect of month-scale storage is the obsolescence of peaker power plants. They exist because, until now, there was no cheaper way to meet that sudden demand. With massive storage available, operators no longer need to fire up a peaker. They simply release energy stored days or weeks earlier. This isn't a gradual adjustment. It's a market collapse for the peaker plant business model. The first wave of seasonal battery deployments is followed by a wave of decommissioning announcements. For communities living near these plants, the sudden silence and cleaner air are the first tangible signs of the new energy paradigm. The most profound system-level consequence is the effective death of price volatility in electricity markets. The dramatic price spikes of a summer heat wave or a winter cold snap simply cease to exist. The logic of where to locate heavy industry is turned on its head. Energy-intensive factories are now free to move. New industrial hubs for producing clean fuels and materials appear in regions with the highest renewable potential. The grid's physical infrastructure is reshaped. It becomes a decentralized, regionalized network. The landscape of entire states is transformed into a dual-purpose zone of energy generation and storage. The ability to store energy for seasons elevates certain nations to the status of storage superpowers, creating a new hierarchy in global energy politics. The strategic importance of oil-producing regions diminishes significantly. Instead, geopolitical tensions shift to the supply chains for the minerals needed for batteries. Competition for these resources intensifies, leading to a rise in resource nationalism. Stored energy becomes a strategic reserve, a tool of foreign policy. Superpowers can export electricity to allies, creating regional spheres of energy influence and new dependencies. The world remade by storage is extraordinarily resilient. The lights for most simply never go out. But this total dependence creates the resilience paradox. The system becomes catastrophically fragile to unknown fault black swan events. What if a novel software virus, designed by a state-level actor, simultaneously targets the AI systems of a nation's primary storage facilities? The failure would not be a simple blackout. It would be the sudden depletion of a nation's entire energy savings. The system's resilience to small problems comes at the cost of a new, terrifying vulnerability to very large, systemic ones. The world is safer 99.9% of the time, but it exists on the edge of a new and far more precipitous cliff. After the grid has been rebuilt and the markets have stabilized, one fundamental question remains. It is not a question of technology, but of philosophy. Who should control this immense power? Private corporations or public entities? If treated as private assets, these reservoirs will be optimized for profit, potentially creating a new class of energy baron. If managed as public utilities, their mandate would be stability and equity, ensuring the lowest cost for all. The batteries themselves are agnostic. They will store and release electrons regardless of their owner's motives. The unresolved loop is not what we can do with this technology, but what we should do. And that choice is yet to be made. What scenario should we explore next? Share your ideas below. You've been watching IfVerse, where imagination meets possibility. See you in our next reality.